Okay, let's talk about AI. The buzz is absolutely everywhere, right? But when it comes to something as personal as learning a new language, what's actually real and what's just, well, hype? Today, we're going to cut through all that noise and see how AI is really being used in the day-to-day grind of learning a language.
So we're asking a pretty simple question here. Forget the marketing promises for a second. How are real people, right now, actually using these tools to get better at a new language? And you know what? The answers we found are really practical and honestly, surprisingly cautious.
And to get to the bottom of this, we're looking at what happened when a group of language learners were given this exact prompt by their teacher, a Mr. Dale. It's so simple, right? He just said, share one way you use AI, one challenge you face with it, and one opportunity you see. And that simple framework gives us this perfect real-world snapshot of what's really going on.
Okay, so first up, the practical stuff. What jobs are learners actually hiring AI to do for them? Well, it turns out the answer is a little bit of everything, from the high-level planning down to the super nitty-gritty details.
I mean, just look at this range. People are using AI for the big picture things like mapping out a whole presentation, but also for the tiny stuff like, hey, what does this weird idiom mean? Or can you just check my grammar on this paragraph? It's really become a kind of Swiss Army knife for the independent language learner.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Take a look at Elizabeth's approach. See, she's not just asking for a simple word swap. She is pushing the AI. She wants synonyms, sure, but she also wants example sentences and an explanation of the nuances. She's using it to go deeper, to explore those subtle shades of meaning that make all the difference. And then you've got Gareth, with this super practical, everyday use case. He's writing in German, and he's just using ChatGPT as his first line of defense. You know, a quick, instant grammar check. It's a classic way to get immediate feedback. But, and this is a big but, as we're about to see, this convenience comes with a major catch. Because for all of its incredible power and speed, there was one single concern that popped up again and again with these learners. It really all boils down to one fundamental question. Can you actually trust what the AI is telling you? And this, right here, this is the core conflict. On one side, you have the incredible promise of AI, instant answers, instant feedback. But on the other side is the learner's reality, this constant nagging feeling that you have to double-check and verify absolutely everything. Sound familiar?
And when you look at the specifics, it gets even clearer. Joe says he always has to check for mistakes or bias. And Gareth, he voices the exact same concern. He's worried that the corrections he's getting for his German aren't just correct, but if they're natural and accurate. I mean, that's the whole ballgame, isn't it? It's not just about being grammatically right, it's about sounding like a real human.
So, if you can't fully trust it, why even bother using it at all? That's a fair question. Well, that brings us to the ultimate opportunity. It's the reason these learners are pushing through all that uncertainty. Because it's not about replacing the old ways of studying, it's about supercharging them.
And the key word here is augmentation. The goal isn't to let AI learn the language for you. That's not going to happen. The idea is to use it to make your own study process way faster and a whole lot more efficient. Just think of it like a really, really fast assistant, not a replacement for your own brain.
And, Joe just puts it as clearly as possible. Even with all his concerns about mistakes and bias, the main benefit is just undeniable. He says AI can save me a lot of time. And that efficiency, that's the powerful trade-off that keeps people coming back. In fact, Gareth sketches out this brilliant workflow for how this could work in practice. So, step 1, you do the hard work, you write your composition. Step 2, you run it through an AI for that quick first-pass check. And then, step 3, you take that improved draft to your human tutor. Now you can use that expensive, limited time with them way more effectively, focusing on the tricky stuff, the nuance, the accuracy, instead of wasting time on basic mistakes the AI already caught.
So, what does this all add up to? Well, it means that using AI for language learning isn't a simple yes or no. It's a strategic choice. It's a personal calculation that every single one of us has to make for ourselves.
So, the most effective approach seems to look something like this. You're combining the incredible, undeniable speed of AI with the reliable, rock-solid accuracy of a human expert. A tutor, a teacher, a native-speaking friend. But the secret ingredient, the thing that makes it all work, is your judgment, knowing which tool to use and when. And that really just leaves us with one last big question. There's no doubt that AI can make the learning process faster. It can save us countless hours. But in language learning, does faster always mean better? Getting an instant answer is great, but isn't part of learning the struggle of finding that answer for yourself? That's the line that every independent learner now has to figure out and draw for themselves. Where will you draw?